What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dr. Dude's Diner. Today, you know what? Thanksgiving is over. I want to say thank goodness, but it's just Thanksgiving was great, but I had so much turkey. I can go another 10 years with no turkey. So let's do the opposite of turkey. Now, I know turkeys don't fly, but let's just say that turkeys did fly, right? So we're going from the air, all right? Let's go to the sea. Fish sticks, my friend. All right, let's make some fish sticks. And with the fish sticks, I'm just going to make some box mac and cheese. But these fish sticks, take your bag stuff, throw it out. You don't need no bagged fish sticks, all right? Fish sticks are quick, they're simple, they're delicious, and I'm going to go a little bit healthy this time. We're going to bake our fish sticks. And the kind of fish I'm going to use tonight is marlin. This is fresh caught marlin. Shout out to my friends Scott and Karen. They caught this in Mazatlan, and I've never made fish sticks with this, but I have grilled this, and let me tell you, delicious. But with this, just use any type of firm white fish. You can use cod, you can use halibut, you can use pollock and haddock, bass, salmon. Honestly, it does not matter what type of fish that you use. Just use a good fish that you, your kids, and the family will enjoy. So, gather up your ingredients and let's get started. Alright guys, so with our fish sticks, I took a 2-pound fillet and I just cut them up into sticks. You know, I say about half an inch wide, 1 inch thickness, and probably about 3 inches long. You want them like 3 to 4 inches long. And so let's do our first thing first, right guys? Let's go ahead and let's salt these guys. All right, our fish is now salted. Let's set her off to the side. And let's get our flour mixture. All right, my friends. Now we want 1 cup of flour. All right, here's our cup. And now let's put in our garlic powder. 1 teaspoon, friends. Paprika. And with paprika, you can add sweet, you can add smoky, or do what I'm doing, just plain. But 1 teaspoon. onion powder. And with this, we only need half of a teaspoon. Now, personally, I like to use a whisk to mix all of this up. And I'm sure y'all have guessed it. We need an egg mixture. You want 3 eggs, friends. And we want 2 tablespoons, between 1 and 2 tablespoons of milk. Not very much. Alright, here's our second bowl. You have to have your fish sticks crispy. So, panko. I use Kikkoman panko. And we are going to want 3 cups of this panko. We need more salt, my friends. Half of a teaspoon. We already salted our fish as is, so we don't need much. Just a little outside pizzazz. Dried parsley flakes. This just adds color. If you want some green, use the dried. Do not use fresh because the fresh may burn in the oven. Parmesan cheese. Oh yeah, that's right. We're getting down and dirty now, my friends. Half a cup of Parmesan cheese. And black pepper. About 1/4 of a teaspoon, or to your heart's desire. Now, if you want to take your hands and mix this all up, go right on ahead. Make sure it's well blended together. We have all of our plates ready, our flour, our egg wash, our panko. And now at the very end of this, you'll see, we're going to want about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. I want to put it in a bowl. I may need more, but we are going to melt this butter down in the microwave and sprinkle it on top of our fish just before we bake it. All right, guys, let's get dredging. And it's simple. Fish in here. Shake off the excess. Flour. Egg wash. Panko. And make sure you kind of push that panko in to the fish. It sticks much better that way. Shake off the excess. Now we will rinse, lather, and repeat. Alright guys, next, if you have a wire rack, I highly recommend you use one. It just helps make the fish sticks a little bit more crispy. If you don't have one, that's a-okay. Get yourself some parchment paper and put it on a baking sheet. You don't have parchment paper? That's also a-okay. It'll just make cleanup a little bit more taskful. So I got my parchment paper down, even though I'm using my wire rack. That's just so that way the paper can catch the drippings. Melt some butter. Alright. I've done that in a couple of my bread episodes. So if you want to know how to melt butter in the microwave without splitting it, check out those. But now we have our fish sticks. So let's just lay them out. The goal here is to not overcrowd this. And we may have to bake these in, 2, 3, 4, 5 batches. It just depends on how large your pan is. Looks like I'll need to do a second batch. That's okay. Now let's take our butter and let's just spoon a little bit right on our fish. All right, And now these will go into a 425-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 20 minutes. I'll set that timer for 10 minutes because halfway through, we're going to flip them. All right, guys, like I said, we're about halfway through. And now these will go back in for another 10 minutes. All right, you guys, we got these guys done. Batch number 2 coming up. All right, you guys, let's try this out. Now, I've never had homemade baked fish sticks before. Let's see how this turned out. Oh, a minute. That has a lot of flavor. That Parmesan, wow. It's crunchy. Now, it's not going to be like deep fried crunchy. But if y'all are looking for something like a little more on the healthy side, less grease, this has it. Has a great little pepper kick at the end too. And of course I made it with some mac and cheese. But folks, I'm telling you, whether you're 3 years old or 30 years old, this will be a winner. This has flavor like no fish stick you can buy. It's salty. It's garlicky. You taste the onion. That Parmesan cheese just pops out. That crunch. I'm telling you, folks, if I didn't know better, I would have thought this was deep fried. I know the color doesn't come out as even, but you know what? Listen to that crunch. I hope y'all can hear that. It's crunchy and the flavors. This, my friends, I'm telling you, 10 out of 10, you have to make it. You don't even need sauce. Well, if you enjoyed today's episode, hit that thumbs up, follow me, make sure your notifications are turned on so you know when I have a new episode, and comment down below. Do you make fish sticks at home? If you do, what kind? Are you the store-bought kind? Regardless, I ain't judging. I bought plenty of fish sticks back in my day. Honestly, this is like the third time I've made fish sticks. They're delicious. Why don't we make them more?
Often.
Well, thanks for tuning in, folks. Have a great night.